Join us as we delve into Florida's bold move to tackle squatting head on, securing property owners' rights, and thwarting criminal exploitation.
Governor Ron DeSantis signed House Bill 621 to combat squatting in Florida, protecting property rights and imposing harsh penalties on squatters and their accomplices. Attorney General Ashley Moody praised the law as a defense against illegal immigration driven schemes. Let's go. What say you, Joel?
See, David, I don't understand why we're even having this conversation because this is one of those few bills that, HB 621 was actually unanimously, there should be no division here because they stuck together and they truly believed that this was an issue that's happening really in New York and California, uh, and it's becoming national news.
Mhm.
So to preempt that, uh, our legislature has gotten together to say, look, we're going to put in harsher penalties. If somebody, you can't inherit a home, come all the way to Florida, and then knock on the door and have somebody tell you, well, I'm sorry, you're going to have to get me out first. And
Right.
then give them more rights than the actual homeowner. So this is a no-brainer, um, but it does need to be discussed. So yeah, again, I'm glad it was unanimous. I'm glad that they're looking at the protections. I'm hoping that because make this more lenient, that those people that actually rent
Hmm.
and have solid contracts don't have uh, don't get affected by landlords that just want to throw people out. But I think there's safeguards in it once I read the total legislation.
Right. It's unbelievable seeing on social media and also regular media, this phenomenon of squatting. And it's always been, out there, it's been an issue. Uh, but wow, some of this stuff being, I guess, for lack of a better word, broadcast out there, or televised or streamed of someone going into a home that they inherited and finding that they're squatters and ended up being the property owner being arrested and removed and the squatters come right back in. It's crazy. In regards to House Bill 621, a property owner can request law enforcement to immediately remove a squatter from their property as long as these three conditions are met: that the individual has unlawfully entered and remains on the property, the individual has been directed to leave the property by the owner but has not done so, and the individual is not a current or former tenant in a legal dispute. That's fair. That's fair. And the penalties are a first degree misdemeanor for making a false statement in writing to obtain real property, or knowingly and willfully presenting a falsified document conveying property rights, which I know has been happening here in Orange County.
Mm-hmm.
And the comptroller's office had sent out an alert. I remember when Comptroller Phil Diamond came to County Watch
Mm-hmm.
and spoke of this. So this is good news that it has gotten the attention of actual legislation. And then there's the second degree felony for any person who unlawfully occupies or trespasses in a residential dwelling and intentionally causes $1,000 or more in damages. That's good. That's really
Nice.
good.
Mm-hmm.
And then a first degree felony for knowingly advertising the sale or rent of a residential property without legal authority or ownership. That's great also. That's been a phenomenon here in Orange County also. So I think across the board, a win for property rights. property owner rights.
Well, I think it's absolutely necessary, and thank you for the legislature for doing at least the the, the, the grunt work to make this happen, because it is very sad to see, again, like you said, on the social media, to see a homeowner talking to a camera saying, yes, I'm getting arrested, but I'm the homeowner.
Hmm.
And the person who's squatting in the background saying, yeah, but you're in my, you're in my house, you're where, my residence. And it's confusing.
Hmm.
It's confusing because you're giving more rights to the squatter than you are the homeowner. And there should never, I mean, there's a story out there where a homeowner actually gets shot, and it's devastating. So again, protect the homeowner. Let's deal with the housing issue. Let's stop let's go after those that have the media, the social media that tell people, hey, as an illegal immigrant, you can come to the United States, and this is how you do this crime. I
Hmm.
mean,
That's crazy.
it's crazy to see that, but that video's out there. So
And I don't think this. I know that during their press conference, Attorney General Ashley Moody made this political by saying, it's the Biden administration allowing millions of illegal immigrants to do this kind of stuff. I don't know if this is an immigrant squatting issue. I think there are people who are not immigrants who don't have a home to see opportunity, and they take possession of those homes. I don't think it's necessarily an immigrant issue. Maybe some of the social media posts by a particular immigrant or immigrants may have caught the attention of DeSantis and Moody and making it an issue, but I think making this political and invoking the Biden administration and his handling of illegal immigration is it's a little bit you know too much.
I think the Biden administration is doing a terrible job with the immigration problem. So I think that it's okay that Ashley Moody wants to address that. I mean, when we have people, flooding the border down in Mexico, and we have no control over stopping it, and then we start to make it political up in Washington by saying, well, we had a bill in the Senate, and because Donald Trump came out and said, don't support it, the House doesn't support it. Well, the House wasn't going to support it, and
No,
the House wasn't going to support it.
no, I think
It
they had
wasn't. It
enough
wasn't going to
votes.
pass because it wasn't going to pass. So
I think they had enough votes
I don't think they had enough votes.
until Big Daddy said no. Daddy
So
Trump said no.
as long as the federal government is broke,
Daddy.
as long as the federal government is broke, it's up to our state to come up with good legislation. And look, whether you agree or disagree, look, we're dealing with a problem before it becomes a huge problem. And thank California, because they always lead the way with something stupid happening where everybody else says, "Oh my God, look, if it can happen in California, we can't have it happen here." That's my final word. I'd like, share, just bring your facts, not your feelings. And the fact
Yes.
is, this is happening. So this is legislation that was needed.
I agree. This was legislation that was needed. Now we have to tackle the issue of, affordable housing, and that's a bigger issue that some of our great minds and lesser minds need to get together and, come up with some solutions.
And now that we won't have squatters in the house, let's make sure that we have homeowners insurance that can actually cover the house.
Yeah.
Again, that's not just being funny. That's a little sarcasm, but it's true. Let's deal with the problem. We're going to actually have David Smith, Representative David Smith here. We will address that with him because he did that the last time we
Yeah.
spoke with him. He'll say what increments we've gotten there. So yeah, stay tuned. We have a lot coming your way. We have Representative Rachel Plakin. She's planning on being here. Carolina Amnesty is also committed to coming here.
Representative Paula Starks
Okay.
is a possibility.
Yeah.
County Commissioner Myra Rebe.
And we also have Tom Keene, Representative Tom Keene has spoken to us about being here. We want to bring you the information. We just had a really active legislative session. We only have a few months where they meet, so we want to get that information out to you.
Thank you. Remember, we are your political innovators here at J. Washington. Like, share, hit the notification button, and always, we love to hear what you have to say. Again, like Joel said, bring your facts, not your feelings, because we don't care about your feelings. We want to have an intelligent conversation about what's happening in our communities. Thank you.